This is a new 2013 Honda CRF 450. If you thought you had it easy with one side being flat, you're wrong. This side is identical in contours. You can see they're both pretty bulbous. This is some used plastic, courtesy of Dirt Bike Magazine, from early test fitting. All I'm using is some contact cleaner. If this is new plastic that you have and you have no scratches on it, you're going to use the contact cleaner to break off the mold release. And if you have old graphics on it, which you probably don't yet, we use this also to clean off the glue residue from a previous graphic kit. The most important part is to get this area right here clean. This is where your boot, your knees are going to be rubbing against. Now that I've got this plate pretty well cleaned, I'm ready to install the decal. This is the decal. It's my favorite new shape because it looks like a shark. We're going to start up here first, around this bolt hole, making sure it doesn't hang off the bottom here, making sure we're not hanging off the top. We're going to apply heat and get this thing settled down, and then at the end we're going to bring this tip here to the end tip, and then we're going to work on this top port. Alright, so first things first, squirt down the plastic nice and wet, remove the liner, backing, get it nice and wet, and then go ahead and line up this hole here. Okay, that's pretty good. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can go to a hardware store, get a Black & Decker. They're lower wattage, but they work just fine. This one's an industrial grade version. If you have a hair dryer, that would probably work as long as you put it on high heat and maybe low air, so that you get the hottest possible airflow. Had a little hanging off, so I'm going to go ahead and move this over a little bit to get the decal right to the edge, but not all the way to the edge, so it's even on both sides. And applying heat from here to the back, and then I'm going to draw the material out toward the top portion, toward the rear portion of the plate, so that we can pull some of this material in. So again, I started over here, got the flat, and moved all the way to the back, trying to draw the material. Not a whole lot, so I want to fall off the edge here, and then back again. Now I have this pleat here, you can kind of see it. We need to take care of that now. Best thing to do is to re-wet it and apply more heat. While it's still warm, moving in a perpendicular fashion from the center line, going out to the edge. Now it's cool again, so I need to reheat. You can see the pleats here. They're going this direction. You want to work perpendicular to them. Well, perpendicular to the line. So you don't want to go this way. You want to go straight on them. If you go this way, you'll fold them over. This way, you'll flatten them out. Okay. Sometimes it gets a little sketch. You start to see these pleats begin to wobble. And we got a little bit of wobbly here. If I reheat that and use the stiff squeegee, I can straighten that out. I'm going to add some more heat here just to get this detail locked in. Okay, that top part's pretty well. Now I'm going to straighten this out after I get this done because I don't want this sitting around drying out. I'm going to peel it back up a little bit and re-wet it. Move it this way so I'm working away from my body and not toward it. Okay, now I'm going to go perpendicular from this line that I've made all the way to the edge. Don't freak out if you see a pleat, just go straight over it. Now I got a little bunching right here. I'm going to try, instead of going this way, I'm going to follow it so that I'm always on top of the peak, not folding it over. Add more heat though. And then I'm going to turn toward the end so I won't like this. Okay, so there's a little bit of lifting right here. We'll get that with some more heat later. I want to make sure this is settled in here first. There's enough material here that you don't have to stretch it into place. There's a valley. It's kind of hard to see here on the camera, but there's a valley right here. And there's enough material that we've provided for you to let it just relax in there naturally and not have to stretch it. So don't force this piece in. And it actually goes down pretty easily, so not a big deal. You might be wondering why we have this little flap here. Well, we don't typically like to leave absent material here, and this is a great opportunity to use the flat spot that they provided. Hopefully it makes the decal last longer. The only alternative is to cut this decal short, and I think that would look pretty ugly, so we went ahead with the hole and this little extra wrap. Let's get it nice and warm. Just fold it over with your squeegee or your thumb. Make sure you don't burn yourself though using your thumb. Doesn't need to be super hot, just warm enough to relax the vinyl. It'll soften up and the glue will get soft and it'll tack pretty well without a lot of effort. If you see any lifting, come back with heat. Take a wet towel and just dab it till you get what you want. We'll go back over this whole plate here with some heat in just a minute. I want to take care of this little wobbly portion here that we got from the pleats. Let's see if I can get a better view. This is our original stiff squeegee. You can purchase this online. We also have our professional felt squeegee you can purchase online. We have an application kit which includes both of these plus sticker on and sticker off and a set of instructions as well. It's $14.95 I believe. It's for the whole kit. Okay, so I'm going to reheat this area and then I'm going to use this spreader, the squeegee, to move the material. It's actually relaxing on its own. It's not quite as bad as it used to be. The material is kind of relaxing back to its natural shape, but just to help it along, we'll go ahead and heat this up. Okay, it's pretty warm, and actually I'm almost just convinced it doesn't need any help now. The heat seems to have done its job. The line is almost completely straight. I'm just using the squeegee. I'm pinching and pulling material just to work it a little bit. That's not too bad. I think a little more heat and probably maybe move it with my thumbs a little, fingers. I'll take a wobbly line over a big bubble any day, or a big crease, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm pretty happy with the result. Over time, since it is near the muffler, it's going to warm up, and most likely this material will probably drop back a little bit. We include, on this kit there isn't much design up here, but we do include a piece. This is the opposite side, here's the other side. It's pretty straightforward. You know, you don't necessarily need to put it in. We considered putting it in the original template, but there was too much bunching that happened here, and I think that you wouldn't be very happy with that result. So you can use it or not use it, depending on the kit design you have. I'm not going to put it on because it's not any benefit. Alright, so the other side is the same exact thing. It's just in reverse. And I'll film that as soon as I clean it up.